Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Surya sir. Good morning, everybody. Really appreciate your taking out the time and joining us for the session this morning. For the benefit of those who are attending my session for the first time, my name is Ashish Kumar, and I'm the founder of Mindful Living. I started Mindful Living community during the COVID times when the first lockdown happened. When few of my friends reached out to me to conduct a mindfulness session to help them with the stress and anxiety that the first lockdown was causing. So, over a weekend, we conducted the session. They found it good. One thing led to the other. And today, we have become a vibrant group of over 3,000 people who are connected on WhatsApp. And we share with each other how to live consciously and practice living consciously. Prior to starting Mindful Living, I worked in the corporate sector for over 25 years. And some of those were spent working in the healthcare industry, where I got interested in studying about human physiology and anatomy. And I particularly got fascinated, with how the human body is formed. It starts with formation of a zygote, which is a single cell formed by fusion of sperm and ova. And that single cell, which is invisible, contains enough intelligence to create our whole body. Through a process of mitosis, that zygote divides into two cells, two divide into four, four into 8, 16, 32, and eventually, into thousands and millions of cells. And, that single cell has the imprint to create our heart, our brain, all our organs. And I thought to myself, if this single cell contains so much of wisdom that it creates this body, which is a very complex machine, then how do we tune into this intelligence? And at this stage, I would like to ask you, what do you think about body intelligence? And if you think it is easy to tune into body intelligence? You could type in the chat or unmute and speak. What to your mind is body intelligence, and if you think it is easy to tune into body intelligence?
Good morning, Ashish sir.
Good
How are
morning,
you?
Dr. Hardeep. I'm good.
I missed the earlier session having difficulty in registering. So
Uh,
I feel body intelligence is its own power to heal itself.
yeah, very true, very true.
Yeah.
uh, that's the benefit of tuning into the body intelligence. There are many benefits of tuning into the body intelligence, and one of them is healing. The other one is where I found maximum benefit of tuning into body intelligence is better decision making. Earlier, I used to be little wavy or wavering about whether I should do this or not do this. But I once I learned how to tap into body intelligence, my decision making and my quality of decisions became very, very good. Body has its own unique intelligence. Yes, it has. It's very unique. It's there in each cell. Normally, when we talk about intelligence, we think of intelligence residing in our brain or in our mind, but we don't think of body intelligence residing in every cell of our body. And many people feel that it is very difficult to tap into body intelligence, or I don't know how to tap into body intelligence. But actually, each one of us does it without even realizing it consciously. For example, if we are feeling thirsty, it is our body telling us that it needs water. Or if we are feeling hungry, it is our body telling us that we need to eat. Or we may be feeling cold, the seasonal cold, like it's very cold in Delhi NCR or in the north. Or if you're feeling very hot, then our body tells us to switch on the air conditioning. Or when we feel the pain, or hurt. So our body is very intelligent. It keeps giving us signals of what it needs. It is just that we have not tuned into the concept of listening to our body. And the couple of years ago, about 20 years ago, one of my bosses, Mr. Nick Wilson, he had that time I used to work with Tata AIG in Pune, and he was visiting the Pune branch. And he asked me a question, Ashish, how do you feel about this? And I said, I think. I replied to him by starting my sentence with, I think. And he corrected me and he said, no, Ashish, my question was, how do you feel about it? At that time, I didn't realize, but tuning into our feelings is one of the ways of tapping into the body intelligence, because all our emotions, yes, thank you very much, Brigadier Wither. All our emotions reside in our body. And once we learn and practice tuning into our emotions, we start tuning into the body intelligence. So there are two practices that I would like to share with you to tune into body intelligence. There are many, but today we are, for the purpose of session today, there are two that we are going to focus on. And I'll share the PDFs of this in the group later, so that you don't have to take notes now. You can take notes if you like to, but it will also be available in the group. And before I delve into that, I would also like to share the science behind this. It is not just what I am saying, it has also been researched. And there is a very interesting study done by University of Iowa, in which what they did was they gave two decks of cards to players. There was a group of people and they gave them cards to pick. And there was a red deck and there was a blue deck, and people had to play cards. So every time you pick a card, you either win some money or you lose some money. And after about playing 80 rounds, it was clear to the players that if you're picking up cards from red deck, you lose money. But what is interesting is, even before the around 50th round or so, players started having a hunch that something is wrong with the red card, but that hunch was not very strong. So they kept playing, playing. But what was most interesting was, around the 10th round, their palms had sweat glands and they had started sweating whenever they were picking a red card. So the point is, our body reacts, our body knows that the red card is dangerous to play with, even around the 10th round, even though the hunch comes at the 50th round and the cognitive recognition happens at the 80th round. So once we start tuning into our body, we can take better quality decisions, but it is confusing. It's not always easy to tune into our body or to understand our emotions, because sometimes it can be confusing. For example, if I'm going for an interview or for a very important meeting and my heart is pounding, it could be because of nervousness, or it could be because of the excitement of the opportunity that is about to unfold. So sometimes, because it is confusing and nobody has taught us how to tune into our body intelligence, we tend to ignore it or we tend to suppress it rather than deal with it. So how to tune into our body intelligence is what we are going to learn today. And the first way is to ask ourselves a couple of questions. The first one is, what is it? And as I mentioned earlier, I'll be sharing this in the group. So don't worry. What emotion am I feeling now? What am I feeling now? And or if you're doing this at the end of the day, you could ask yourself, what is that dominant emotion I felt today? And once you identify that this is the emotion you felt, whether it is stress, anxiety, happiness, joy, the second question you should ask yourself is, where in my body did I feel the emotion? So you could feel it in your heart area, chest area, stomach area, or wherever else. Where in the body did I feel the emotion? Third is, what was the intensity of the emotion? On a scale of 1 to 10, you rate the emotion. Next, what brought about that emotion? Was there a trigger for that emotion? What happened? What brought about that emotion? And the last is, what am I learning about myself? And this is a very powerful practice. These are very simple questions, but very powerful practice. I learned this from my coach, Thaddeus Lawrence, and I did this over a period of time. So this was, I think, about 2021 or so, when I was signing up for a program with Thaddeus, and I set some goals for myself. And Thaddeus asked me he asked me the same question which Nick had asked me. How do you feel about these goals that you have set? And I said, I don't feel much. And then he asked me to do this exercise. And the results, I did this for about a month in January. I think it was 2022. And the results were very, very phenomenal. What I learned about myself was very powerful. So that was, a step forward for me into learning about tuning into body intelligence. The other very powerful exercise is the body scan meditation, which is what we're going to do in a couple of minutes from now, which is paying attention to the sensations which are there in our body. Most of the times we are living out of our minds. We are not living out of our bodies. But once we start paying attention to the sensations in the body, there is a whole new world that opens up. There is a lot that we can learn into by tuning into our body intelligence, by into our body sensations. So I will pause here now to see if you have any questions or comments before we dive into the body scan meditation, which will take about 20-25 minutes. You can do this meditation sitting or lying down, but I'll request you to keep your cameras on because I would like to look at you while you are meditating. So that is the instruction about the meditation. Any questions or comments before we dive into the body scan meditation?
No, thank you, Ashish.
Thank you, Fahad. If there are no questions and we are good to go, please type GTG, good to go with the meditation, and we will start with the meditation. Type GTG. Thank you, Dr. Hardeep. All right. Thank you. Thank you. We'll start with the meditation now. As I mentioned earlier, it will take about 20 to 25 minutes, and you could do this sitting or lying down. So you may, if you're sitting on a chair, place your foot on the ground, feet on the ground. Sit straight.
Can we keep the footwear on?
Sorry?
Can we keep the footwear on?
Yeah, you can keep the footwear on. Yeah, you can keep the footwear on. And if you are sitting, you may place your hands on your lap. Or if you are lying down, you may have on your hands by your side, palms facing up. If you are sitting, have your back straight, but not stiff. And bring your attention to your breath. Breathing in fully and breathing out. As you breathe in, observe your stomach expand. And relax as you exhale. Breathe deeply, feeling your stomach expand on every inhale. And relax and let go as you exhale. We will do this for a couple of times more. Breathe in fully, feeling your stomach expand on the inhale and relax as you exhale. Begin to let go of noises around you. Begin to shift your attention from outside to inside yourself. If you're distracted by sounds in the room, simply notice this and bring your focus back to your breathing. Breathing in fully, feeling your stomach expand as you inhale and relax as you exhale. Now slowly bring your attention down to your feet. Begin observing sensations in your feet. You might want to wiggle your toes a little, feeling your toes against your socks or your footwear. Perhaps you don't feel anything at all. That is fine too. Just allow yourself to feel the sensation of not feeling anything. Continue to breathe. When you are ready, move your attention up to your ankles, calves, knees, and thighs. Observe the sensations you are experiencing throughout your legs. It could be a tingling sensation. It could be the touch of your clothes against your skin, or the feel of the temperature. Whatever you are feeling is fine. If your mind begins to wander, gently notice this without judgment and bring your mind back to noticing the sensations in your legs. If you notice any discomfort, pain, or stiffness, don't judge this. Simply notice it. Observe how all sensations rise and fall, shift and change moment to moment. Notice how no sensation is permanent. Just observe and allow the sensations to be in the moment just as they are. Breathe in, breathe out. On the next breath, move to the sensations in your lower back and pelvis area. Softening and releasing as you breathe in and out. Become curious about the sensations here. You may become aware of the sensations in the muscle, temperature, or points of contact with furniture or the bed. With each out breath, you may let go of the tension you are carrying. And then very gently shift your focus to your stomach and all the internal organs here. Perhaps you notice the feeling of clothing, the process of digestion, or the belly rising or falling with each breath. If you notice opinions arising about these areas, gently let these go and return to noticing sensations. Continue to breathe. As you continue to breathe, bring your awareness to the chest and heart region and just notice your heartbeat. Observe how the chest rises during the inhale and how the chest falls during the exhale. Let go of any judgments that may arise. On the next out breath, shift the focus to your hands and fingertips. If your mind wanders, gently bring it back to the sensation in your hands. On the next out breath, shift the focus and bring your awareness up into your arms. Observe the sensations or lack of sensations that may be occurring there. You might notice some difference between the left arm and the right arm. There is no need to judge this. As you exhale, you may experience the arm soften and release tensions. Continue to breathe and shift focus to the neck, shoulder, and throat region. This is an area where we often have tension. Be with the sensations here. It could be tightness, rigidity, or holding. You may notice the shoulders moving along with each breath. Let go of any thoughts or stories you are telling about this area. As you breathe, you may feel tension rolling off your shoulders. Continue to breathe. On the next out breath, shift your focus And direct your attention to the scalp, head, and face. Observe all the sensations occurring there. Notice the movement of the air as you breathe into or out of the nostrils or mouth. As you exhale, you might notice the softening of any tension you may be holding. And now, let your attention expand out to include the entire body as a whole. Bring into your awareness the top of your head down to the bottom of your toes. Feel the gentle rhythm of the breath as it moves through the body. As we come to the end of this practice, take a full deep breath, taking in all the energy of this practice. Exhale fully. And when you are ready, you may open your eyes gently and return your attention to the present moment. You may choose to stay with the feeling for a couple of seconds more. Please consider setting the intention that this practice of building mindful awareness will benefit you and everyone you come in contact with today. Thank you for practicing body scan meditation with me. Once you are comfortable, please share your experience in the chat, or you may unmute yourself.
इमरान खान को जीतने नहीं देगी। इमरान खान की पार्टी और उसके उम्मीदवारों की सरकार बनने नहीं देगी, चाहे कुछ हो जाए। लोगों का कहना है कि चुनाव में जिस हिसाब से वोटिंग हुई, उस हिसाब से 266 में से 250 सीटों पर
Surya sir, we are able to hear your TV, not you.
लेकिन पाकिस्तान की सेना ने चुनाव आयोग की मदद से इन नतीजों को प्रभावित किया और रातों रात इतना बड़ा खेल हुआ कि जो नतीजे पहले एक तरफा हो सकते थे, वही नतीजे
Surya sir, you may mute yourself. I'm not able to hear you. Yeah. Anyone would like to share their experience or ask any questions?
It was really wonderful. I'm feeling really light. I could have continued for a couple of more minutes. And I had tingling session in my heels, and my toes were really cold. And the tips of my fingers were also very cold.
Yeah, yeah.
But I still have tension in my nape and, this between the shoulders.
As you continue to practice this, Dr. Hardeep, and you remain objective or unaffected by this pain, you will find that the intensity of the pain gradually reduces, or the stiffness reduces. So building this awareness is very powerful. I didn't mention it earlier, but this meditation also helps us deal with the pain by bringing that non-judgmental awareness to the pain. So,
Mentally, I'm feeling very light. My mind is floating.
mm.
So it's really, thank you. It was good experience.
Thank you, Dr. Hardeep.
Sir, I could actually see the organ in where I was focusing. I could actually see it in front of my eyes, and the entire blood focusing onto that item and feeling absolutely light.
Yeah, it is very powerful. And as you mentioned, yeah, thank you, Girija. As you mentioned, Brigadier Badur, we can actually feel the organs, once we pay attention to it. And as we start tuning into the organs and feeling them, we can also listen to what they are communicating to us. They are always communicating with us. It is our choice whether we are listening to them or not. And once we practice listening to what our organs are saying, it requires practice. It doesn't happen automatically because our organs are not very vocal. So we need to understand the gentle communication they're doing with us, and the pain and the aches and so many other challenges that we have is actually body's way of trying to communicate with us. So yeah, thank you for sharing that, Brigadier Mother.
Yes, sir. And the oneness. They say normally when you are in oneness with your concentration and your ideas, your eyes start watering, and that is exactly what has happened, if my understanding is right.
Wow. Thank you for so much for sharing that, Brigadier Mother. Anybody else would like to share or have any questions about the practice? Yes, Surya sir.
Yes, as you said, the sensations are not fixed. Sensations change.
Correct.
Yeah, that's what I felt.
Yeah. And that also conveys a very powerful message of impermanence. Everything in the world is impermanent,
Right.
including our sensations, whether it is pain or it is pleasure. Everything comes and goes. And once we cultivate that awareness, then we start dealing better with the challenges that we are facing.
Right.
This practice can be done anytime, during the day or at night. Yeah. Any time is good for doing this practice. Ideally, you should not do this after a meal because your stomach would be heavy and then you would tend to focus on that part. But other than that, it is good to do anytime.
Ashish, there's a question by Girija ji.
Yeah.
Uh,
What is that?
Yeah, she has put in the chat box. We need to do this every day at the same time, or any different timing will do.
Yeah, I just responded, Dr. Hardeep. This can be done anytime. Only thing, ideally, it should be avoided after meals because our stomach is heavy at that time, and then our attention will be focused on that area. Otherwise, anytime is a good time for this. Good. Looks like no more questions and comments. So I urge you to listen to your body. There is tremendous intelligence that lies there. And once you start tuning into your body, listening to the messages that it is giving you, you will feel very grounded, very centered. You'll be able to manage your emotions much better. So this also helps in regulating anger and other emotions, sadness, anger, because whenever anger starts rising, you can feel it in the body. Your ears will become red, or your heart will start pumping better, more, or your breath will become shallow, it will become faster. So once you are tuned into your body, you can sense that you are getting angry, and then you can take action, take action in the sense, calm down before you actually burst out. So you will have more control over your emotions. So this practice has many benefits, whether it is in the area of anger management, regulating emotions, managing anger better, or addictions. Because when you realize that sensations are impermanent, then you can just let them come, arise, and pass. I use this practice to let go of my smoking. I used to smoke more than a pack every day for many years. And I quit smoking using this practice, realizing that my sensations are impermanent. And rather than yield to it, I just observed it. I brought awareness to it, and I let the sensation pass. So whether it is addictions or emotional regulation or taking quality of decisions, it has many benefits. So I urge you to practice this. Thank you very much for joining us today. There will be no session next weekend, as I am away for attending a conference. Our next session will be about in a fortnight's time from now. Thank you very much. Have a
Thank you,
wonderful
Ashish.
weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So
Thank you so
I
much.
should follow this practice.
Yes, Fahad, you should.
Yeah, yeah. And is Vidur brigadier, right?
Yeah, Brigadier Vidur. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah.
Amazing
Thank you.
session.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good day, sir. Have a great
Thank
day.
you. Thank
And
you.
have a great inning here in the next week.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you,
Vidur,
Ashish.
sir.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, Dr. Hardeep. And I would urge you, if there is something that you picked up from the practice, please share in the group so that they can also benefit from this.
Definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you.